What if I told you there's a secret code for how major events unfold, and it's hidden in plain sight? I'm not talking about some ancient, dusty text or a complex algorithm. I'm talking about the very words we use every single day. Today, we're going to crack that code.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What if our language isn't just for communicating, but is actually a kind of blueprint, a cipher that lays out this recurring three-stage pattern of creation, hiding, and, well, total reset? That is the wild idea we are unpacking right here.
All right, so to really get a handle on this cipher, we need to start with its two fundamental building blocks. These are a couple of ancient Greek root words that basically act like gears, powering this whole system.
So our first root is strophe, which comes from the Greek strophein. It's super simple. It just means to turn. This one action, turning, rotating, reversing, is the first key to the whole thing. So just lock that in your head. Turn.
And the second root, the other gear in our machine, is stellene. This one means to send or to place. This is the action of putting something out there into the world. It's the initial push, the dispatch.
Okay, so here's the crucial part, where it all comes together. These two actions create the entire sequence. It's a simple two-step dance. First, you send something out. That's stellene. Then you turn it. That's strophe. That little process is the engine for the entire cycle. Now let's see how it actually plays out.
And that brings us right to the very beginning of the cycle. Stage 1. This is all about the initial broadcast. That moment a message gets sent out into the world for the first time. The key word for this first stage is apostle. Now, check out its etymology. It is built directly from one of our root words. You've got apo, which means away, plus our word stellene, meaning to send. So an apostle is, quite literally, one who is sent away. Simple as that.
So within this cipher, the apostle is the messenger. They get sent out from some central source to carry a specific truth, which this system calls lore, out into the wider world. Think of it like planting a seed. It's the very first move in what the source material describes as a kind of grand game. Okay, so once that message is out there, the cipher shifts into a very, very different phase. We go from sending to hiding, from broadcasting to, well, to leaving things out. This is stage 2.
And this brings us to our second keyword, apostrophe. See the shift? We still have apo for away, but now we're using our other root, strepfine, which means to turn. So an apostrophe, in its most literal, raw sense, just means the turning away.
And here is where it connects to something you see, 100 times a day, the grammatical mark. We use an apostrophe to show that something's missing, right? It literally marks an omission. It points to a place where something has been turned away and left out. It's right there in how we write. When is not becomes isn't, that little apostrophe is standing in for the missing O. In the exact same way, this stage of the cipher is all about obscurity. It's a period where the full truth is intentionally hidden from view.
So in this system, the apostrophe stage represents the moment the source, which is called the monarch, kind of hides its face. The truth gets obscured, and all that's left is a mark, a symbol for those who know what they're looking for. It's a period of deliberate, strategic silence.
But that kind of silence, it can't last forever. After the sending and then the hiding, the tension just builds and builds until it leads to the dramatic final stage of the cycle, a complete and total reset.
Our final word here is catastrophe. Let's break this one down too. We've got kata, a prefix that means down or against, and it's combined again with our friend strepthene, to turn. So a catastrophe isn't just a disaster, its root meaning is literally a downward turn or a complete overturning. This is the climax of the game. When the original message is lost and that silence becomes unbearable, the system resets itself through a catastrophe. It's described as flipping the entire board over, just wiping it clean for the next cycle. It's a violent, total overturning of the whole existing order. So, let's put all the pieces together. These 3 stages we've talked about, the sending, the hiding, and the overturning, they don't just happen randomly. They actually form a coherent system, a kind of linguistic grammar that describes a full cycle of events. This table lays it all out pretty clearly. You've got the apostle, the sending forth, to kick off the game. Then comes the apostrophe, the turning away, that marks that hidden, murky middle. And finally, the catastrophe, the turning over, that just resets the whole board. It's a perfect cycle, beginning, middle, and end,
all encoded right there in our language. I want to end with this one thought from the source material itself, because it's pretty powerful. The next time you see a simple apostrophe in a text, just ask yourself, is it really just a missing letter? Or is it a sign of something much bigger? A deliberate omission? A symbol of a hidden presence? A moment when, as the source suggests, the creator has turned their back? Yeah, that's definitely something to think about.